And we have a go for auto sequence start. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. All systems are go. Command start. 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
It's time to charge up with Victor Pisano.
Hey everybody, it's Victor Pisano, and welcome to another edition of the Powercast from Charge Up. So let's set the scene here. You arrive at the office, you settle in, you open up your email box. You see that memo from either senior leadership or your manager, and the title is in all caps. So you know it's important, and you don't even want to open it up. But you do. You scroll through the communication, and you realize that this initiative seems overwhelming. And what naturally occurs is a negative mindset takes over your subconscious immediately. So by the time you've finished reading it, you got that few seconds of complete silence mixed with shock and panic, and then those two words that you just want to scream, and that's no way. That's our first reaction, but why is that our first reaction? There's a few reasons I think why we tend to reply with doubt and hesitation. I'll give you a few of them here. So obviously the first is going to be fear. Fear is probably one of the biggest obstacles that we're going to face, just because it's a fear of the unknown. It is a fear of what it's going to take or require from you, resources, time, effort. So fear is probably the top of the list, and it's a natural reaction. The other is barriers, and sometimes barriers are outside of our control, so we immediately fear those. The barriers themselves, though, you've got to learn to get through them. That's all part of the mindset. That's part of how you prepare, how you face each of the challenges each and every day at work. Another one is just simply hard work. If you've got to find a way to get through doubt and hesitation, it's understanding that work is meant to be hard. If you've taken on a role, whether it's leadership or even if it's in a newly developed role where you do answer to others, you have to understand that without a challenge, why do it? The challenge is what makes the work exciting. You want that lure of opportunities to expand, to show your personality, to show your willingness to go above and beyond. That's where the character, the integrity, and the work ethic is showed. So you can't let hard work ever be a deterrent towards your ability to accomplish objectives. The other one is excuses, and everyone's going to do it. And I'll tell you, if you're on a team that's filled with excuses, you've got to learn to separate yourself. And that's not easy. We talk about leadership being a lonely position. You're going to face that if you are on a team who is constantly negative or giving excuses about a particular initiative or the role or the job itself. Separate yourself, because eventually you're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's not going to be something you want to be associated with. Eliminate excuses. That's part of the mindset. If no way is a response and it's coming from excuses, those are completely within your control. The last thing is ego. Ego comes in because some people think certain responsibilities or certain objectives are below them, when in reality, you don't even know why the initiative was given to you, much less saying it's below you. There could be a great reason for it. It could be because they've chosen you to set the example for others to see not only how to do it right, but to exceed expectations, to excel. So you may be given an opportunity here and you don't even recognize it because your ego is pulling you back and giving you the excuse of, why me? No way I'm going to do this. You've got to eliminate that and just do the job at hand and find the challenge within the job to succeed. I'm going to hold up here before I move forward because we're all guilty of this, right? We all do it. So let's review when I think it's acceptable to use the words no way. That way we can agree on something. So for me, someone asks me if I want to ride a wooden roller coaster. My answer is no way. I don't think excuses, ego, hard work, or barriers come in. I can tell you fear is at the top of that list, but no way is going to work. Another one? How about, Victor, you want to meet at the gym at 5 a.m. to do hot yoga? No way. What is that? That's probably a combination of hard work, excuses, and ego. But I think it's acceptable. And then one that we can probably all relate to, it's that person who asks you if you can come over and help them move. No way. Probably all of the above, but once again, no way works on that. You see, we've got to move. That mindset has got to turn. That way, anything related to work, all we think of is one word: way. Can you imagine the responses when Herb Kelleher, the founder of Southwest Airlines, who recently passed, not only was he an incredible innovator and successful businessman, but probably one of the leaders in creating a real, true corporate culture at Southwest Airlines. Imagine when he looked at the group and said, we're going to create an airline that anybody can afford to fly. Do you think there were a few no ways in that room? Or when Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz said, "Hey, I've got a plan to create a high-end coffee shop that literally could be on every corner." How many people in that room probably thought he was crazy? Or envision the faces at NASA when John F. Kennedy said, "We're going to send a man to the moon." How do you think that group felt? Imagine the tremendous amount of courage that it took Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison. He proclaimed he would fight for a free and democratic society and dismantle apartheid in South Africa. There were millions who said no way, but he accomplished it. Now, I know these examples are probably extreme examples, but I want to show you that they're all around us. And there are more people who probably come up with an excuse out of fear, ego, excuse, hard work, than those that just jump at the challenge. But you got to look at these people we just talked about and ask yourself, what if no way stopped them? Why didn't they allow their fears or barriers, perseverance or risk deter them from accomplishing their objectives? Why didn't the opinions of others change their course? What I'm going to try to do here is I want to give you 4 ways I think you can find a way out of no way. If you can just use one of these words as a part of your mindset when you approach a challenge that hits you quickly and you've got to have a reaction, try one of these 4 words to take over your mindset. The first one, courage. Next, bravado, fearlessness, and last, confidence. Okay, success in life, it comes when you simply refuse to give up. You've got to have goals so strong that obstacles, failures, even loss, they act as motivation. Because if your value and your integrity have a drive to not only make an impact, but to leave a legacy, you have to eliminate the words "no way" out of your vocabulary or you'll achieve nothing. We've all heard it said, where there's a will, there's a way. We can't allow ourselves to disregard all of the skills and effort that we've invested into being the trusted and respected leaders that we are right now. We can't settle for anything less. You've got to raise the bar, challenge yourself. You've got to talk about the impossible. And what I mean by talking about the impossible is visualization. You have the ability to visualize situations and watch and see how you would react. Visualization is such a powerful tool to prepare you because the ability is there to take on objectives, challenges, risks, innovations before they ever happen. It's just simply thinking about it and imagining all the scenarios that could occur. You're better prepared, your team is better prepared, and you actually have a game plan. We talk all the time about don't go into certain situations with only a plan A. Have a plan B, have a plan C. Those things come from visualization. So when we talk about ensure that you talk about the impossible, do this with your team so they react the same way. You're teaching them an incredible skill, an incredible leadership skill. Take advantage of that. It alone will eliminate the no way. Some of the strongest corporate cultures are built on the lore of stories told where individuals or even teams reach heights that nobody thought could ever be attained. See, those are the leaders that spend years fighting their way through a challenge to prove that anything is possible, only if you're willing to invest everything you have into finding the solution. Great quote by George Eliot. It's never too late to be who you might have been. So you've got to imagine these things because as a leader, you are responsible and accountable to build the confidence in your team, and you're going to do it through action, training, communication, a sense of teamwork to prove to everybody there is no mountain too high to climb. For you, for them, and as a collective group. Create a mindset that absolutely anything is possible. Heck, take the chance. Be the team that volunteers to take on the big challenge. You hear somebody complaining, you hear somebody saying it can't be done, step up. Tell them we'll take it on. We'll take the challenge because, hey, if you fail, at least you're failing forward and you're going towards innovation and you're doing it as a team, and it's just going to be those blocks that you're going to walk to towards success every time you fail because you're going to continue to get back up with the mindset that anything is possible. All failure is a bump in the road. Take advantage of it. Be bold, be courageous. Have that bravado we talked about. Be a visionary. So with that, go out and make a difference today. And always remember, leadership's a privilege. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We appreciate it. Be sure and go check out more of our Charge Up content. We've got you covered on social media, and you can always find all of our content at chargeuptoday.com. Great one-stop to access the entire library of blogs, podcasts, videos, and other great resources and information. On behalf of all of us at Charge Up, we sincerely thank you for your support and for listening to this edition of the Powercast. As always, I'm humbled to lead. Have a great week, And don't forget, my friends, charge up.
Roger, we'll stop. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fuel mission. Everybody, welcome back to Earth.
Thanks for listening to Charge Up with Victor Pisano. Subscribe to the podcast at chargeuptoday.com.